And hello everybody, welcome back to another video, 2 videos in a row. Isn't that fun? But anyways, today we're going to be playing the furry visual novel known as Vistella, The Stars of Your World. I've been following this project for a while, though I've never gotten to actually playing it. But without further ado, let's begin. Ha. It's so dark in here. I have always hated the dark. I think so, at least. Back then, when my nightlight broke, my had to convince me the sun has risen for me to dare open my eyes. Haha. Ma. What was Mom like anyway? Even my memories are beginning to slip away. So this is that bastard. What that bastard meant by the body, mind, soul, all dissolving. My very being is melting away into this muddy abyss. The boundary of what makes me who I am will soon vanish, and I will join everyone here. Or is it just one? What a pointless distinction to make. There won't be a me left to even worry about such things. It's becoming so tiring to think about. Wait, that's how we activate it. I was worried. Their hands grab at my limbs, tugging on my skin. I can feel the sloughing. I can feel it slowly. Oh my god. I don't know how to pronounce this. Sloughing. Yeah, we're just gonna go with it. Sloughing off. Like taking off a stuffy sweater on a hot summer day. Gently, they peel off my flesh, layer by layer. It's so relaxing. So freeing. It would be so easy to let go and melt away. Why am I even holding on anymore? There is something still, a reason. I dig through whatever is left of my mind. Something shines dimly through the black mud. A light, a star, a name. Right, it's your name. A precious sound I refuse to forget, no matter what. You were the reason I was even here in the first place. The reason I was even alive. Even in this terrible place, my memories of you still shine brightly. Thank you for staying by my side all this time. Even after okay. I am so sorry for lying to you. I'm so sorry for you. Oh my god. I do not blame you for anything that happened. Thank you so much. I can't read any of that. I love you. Darius? What? Did I doze off? What time is it? Shooting awake, I hastily wiped the drool off my face. 32 past the 16th hour. Lunch is getting cold. Coming, yawn. Just give me a few seconds. You should stop pulling all-nighters like this on a self-imposed deadline, no less. He sighs, eyebrows knitted together. It's best I get things out of the way early. I still have to run a few tests, too. Eat first. You can do those later. Still, an actual gateway to Skalkaro is quite unprecedented. I do expect that you have a contingency plan in case something happens. I have everything planned, no worries. The Babashi, I can't pronounce that, is only meant to be open for exactly 5 seconds. Even then, I already have many contingency measures in mind. Do you doubt my super ultra awesome genius? I tap my forehead with a big grin. Yet another sigh, but he appears a bit more reassured this time, judging by the soft smile on his face. No, but a genius can still make mistakes, especially when they're half asleep. Do you remember what happened last night? Ha 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 ha. I instinctually let out an awkward chuckle, rubbing the fur on my neck. Forgetting isn't quite an option for me. The top layer of my fur got blown off. A big chunk of my jumpsuit followed suit. I should still thank Miss Liu for tailoring me an entirely new one. Then I believe you have learned your lesson. Finish up and get lunch, alright? With a nod of affirmation from me, he finally turns around to leave. His white-tipped tail is the last thing I see before he disappears out of view. Oh, why am I touch my face, feeling something wet. Tears. I don't think yawning should cause me to tear up this much. That dream just I had already forgotten what it was about. But something in my heart tells me that it was a sad one. A long sigh escapes me. Tired, I am utterly exhausted. Mentally and physically. Everything should be taken care of by now. For now. As it turns out, setting up a funeral for 2 people from 2 entirely different cultural backgrounds on your own is tough work. Especially if it's for your own parents. It would probably have been insulting if I had just repaid everything they had done for me over the past 26 years of my life with some half-assed generic funeral. It's really the least I could have done to cherish them. Though, I wouldn't mind such a thing for myself. Just a quick cremation, then dump my ashes up somewhere. Anywhere, really. Would be nice for my final resting place to be on a scenic, windy hill somewhere. Maybe next to the ocean so I can hear the sounds of the waves every day. But who am I to ask for anything, really? Mijo, you look a bit pale. Are you quite alright? Seems like my glum expression has caught the attention of one of my relatives on my dad's side. Some older Mexican lady I have never met before this entire ordeal. I think she said she was my dad's cousin, which in turn makes her my aunt, I suppose. Tia Segunda or something. Not that it matters much to me. She is a stranger all the same. In fact, all of them are. Dad never really mentioned his family much, or at all actually. Whenever I tried to ask about them, he would just find a way to change the subject, quite clumsily too. Despite his avoidance, quite a few of them still showed up to attend his funeral. I wonder if my dad would be mad at me for inviting them. He always had this look on his face whenever they got brought up. It wasn't anger nor hatred, maybe just disappointment or a quiet sadness of sorts. It's too late to ask him now, and I can't exactly uninvite them now that the funeral is over. Not too many people showed up on Mom's side. Most of them I recognize, but only just familiarity without anything even resembling a bond. I can't even imagine flying a bunch of people halfway across the globe would be easy or cheap, especially with how tough customs can be in Vietnamese folks. Mom's family wasn't very well off in the first place. She fought her way here on a full ride scholarship. Quite the woman she was. I take a deep breath. Yes, I'm fine. Just need some time alone to process things. All of this must have been so tough on you, having both your parents pass so suddenly. This again. Her words begin to fade in the background. I have heard these same words so many times over the past few weeks. I'm getting sick of it, to be honest. The same hollow gestures of compassion over and over. Within a week or two, all of them would have already gone back home, back to their families, to the place where they belong. A place I don't have home. And if you need anything, just call me, okay? She pulls me into her arms like Dad usually would when I felt down. But it was nothing like Dad's hugs, just awkward. I back away and force a small smile. Thank you, Auntie. I will. It was a half-assed answer. And I know that should get her to leave me alone at the very least. Damn. And left me alone she did. Good. I should start planning my leave, now that there's no reason left for me to stick around. The day the comet arrives. Huh. What is this? Planning your death like some high school play? Are you some angsty teen? Utterly juvenile. Ridiculous. Like anyone fucking cares. Just do that thing you did in college again. Nobody will notice. You are alone now. Get over yourself, Antonio. The sensation of drowning is an unforgettable one. Instinctively, you hold your breath, but how long can you fight the need for air? That's when panic takes hold. Your brain forces your mouth open, gasping for that life-saving breath. But all you did was let water rush down your airways. You are submerged in dark and cold, and yet the only thing you feel is a searing pain, if you had swallowed liquid fire. Chapter 1, Awake from a Dream. I feel groggy. Terrible. The first thing that greets me upon opening my eyes is an unfamiliar feeling. This clearly isn't the one I've grown accustomed to over the past 2 decades. Ugh. Opening my mouth makes me realize how gross it feels and how terribly hoarse my throat is, and my skin feels glued to the sheets. Gross. Fuck. How long have I been out for? My brain hurts trying to even recall what happened that day, or how I even got here. Oh, that. Looks like I survived after all. The fear and panic I experienced that day all feel so distant now, like some hazy dream. I scan my surroundings. This looks like a bedroom? Did someone bring me back to their place instead of a hospital? I removed the covers to see my naked upper body wrapped in bandages, but hey, my pants are still on. I suppose I should thank whoever brought me here for wrapping me up, but I see no one around, just me alone in a dimly lit room. The only thing keeping this room from plunging into darkness is a singular oil lamp on the bedside table. My glasses, phone, camera, and wallet are all there too. Well, whoever brought me here can't be that bad if they patched me up for free and didn't rob me blind. Can't exactly afford a hospital stay right now. Then again, maybe they're just playing the long game, keeping me as a hostage. Too bad for them, my only close family members just died. Yeah, no big deal. No big deal. My only close family members just died. Like, I'm laughing because that caught me so off guard. I'm getting off track. What time is it? And why the hell is it so dark? I instinctively put on my glasses before checking my phone for the time, but I am greeted with a giant crack on the screen. Holding down the power button, I pray to whatever higher being out there that it still works. Nope, no response after all. Even after about half a minute or so, all I see staring back at me is the visage of a very sad, very pathetic man. Shit, I look terrible. My default state for the past few months has always been terrible, but this is just a new low. Disheveled brown hair, dark eye bags, bruised and cut skin. I look like I had just risen from the grave. Putting my phone back down on the bedside table, I got to go to check my camera next. The lens is cracked and the bottom feels kinda damp. Welp. I know damn well the thing is dead. So I dig out the memory card, hopefully to salvage it later. The card is dry, thankfully. My question remains unanswered still. What time is it? I suppose getting those curtains open should answer my question. Trying to get up, I nearly stumble over. It's like I forgot how to stand up and properly. It takes a moment to steady myself, but I manage to get to the curtains to pull them open. A sudden thunderous roar nearly flung my soul from my body. I strained my eyes. My first thought was that there is just a layer of black paint on the glass, but no, I can still see vague shapes in the distance through the occasional flashes of light. Raindrops tip and tap away at the glass panes. I half-heartedly throw my hands up in defeat. Night it is. There is a door next to the window, which I'm guessing leads to the balcony. Padlocked, huh? Not like I'm trying to get myself soaked. Not so soon after what happened. Other than that door, the only proper exit should be the wooden door on the other side of the room. No padlock, thankfully, just a doorknob. I walk over and gently turn it. The door unlocks a silent click. Eerily quiet out here, though I am very glad to find out this place, unlike my home, does not squeak with every single step. Still, I sneak outside to scout the place, just in case I wake anyone up. Immediately to the right of my door is a staircase leading down. Convenient. And to my left is a stretch of hallway. A few doors lining both sides. At the end of the lone window, right underneath, is a small table with a flower pot of some kind. The place looks quaint, but it could use some light. I can't really see anything like this. Maybe the storm knocked out the power? Strange, there shouldn't have been another storm coming so soon after the last one. I should head back and grab the oil lamp before venturing further. My wish was granted much sooner than I had expected, as one of the doors to my right creaks open and two yellow motes of light emerge from it. Eyes. Those are eyes. Glowing yellow. Eyes belonging to an upright creature. It's tall, abnormally so, in fact, much taller than anyone I have met. And one look at the silhouette tells me that it is not the lanky kind of tall either. It's gigantic. One swipe from that thing is all it would take to reunite me with my parents. Very morbid humor. I love it. For a moment, my body felt like a stone. Like stone. I couldn't move, even if I wanted to. Maybe it can't see me in the darkness. Maybe it won't notice if I just stood very tall, right? Alas, my theory is quickly proven false, as it made some kind of noise before advancing in my direction. As the switch flipped, I spun around and pulled for my escape route at this moment, the staircase. I don't know where this sunburst of energy came from, but I'm not gonna waste it. As I practically flew down the stairs, a thought comes to me. I died, yeah. I must have died then, when I fell into the river. And that thing, whatever it might be, is here to collect my soul. Well, fuck that. I don't want to die again. Anymore. I don't care if the fucking Grim Reaper is after me. I gotta run. A sharp piercing sensation comes from my stomach. Fuck. To my surprise, falling down the stairs didn't hurt as much as I had expected. Shit, my glasses are gone. No time. Shrugging off the pain, I hastily get up, not wanting the thing behind me to catch up. Hear its footsteps behind me. My eyes frantic to scan the room in front of me. It's dark, but my eyes have adapted somewhat. There, a door. Almost there. I hurl myself, frantically twisting the doorknob. Come on, come on. Wait. There must be a bolt. I just need to I feel my blood run cold as I take a second to look. The bolt, too, is padlocked. No. 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 Why? I tried pulling on the lock to no avail. Do this to me. Slam my fist against the door in frustration. There must be something else. I spun back round, looking for something, anything to save me. Between the flashes of lightning outside, the metallic shine on a nearby surface draws my attention. I dive for it, hoping and begging that it would be anything of use. A knife. Oh my god, are you going to stab that and it turns out to be... to literally be one of the good characters? My hands are trembling, but I managed to get a decent grip on it. Ha, haha, I can do this. I can do this. The moment of celebration proves to be short-lived, however, as I hear the beast's footsteps closing in on me. No hesitation, it's do or die. I shut my eyes and plunge the knife at the base direction, thus waiting where its chest should be. Even if I miss the heart, it should hit something vital at least. I feel the my knife making contact. That's a good sign. The beast. Good. I stood there with my eyes closed, waiting for either the beast to fall or me to be flattened into a meat pancake, or both, should it fall on top of me. But even after what felt like eternity, none of those scenarios came true. Something feels wrong. No, something is wrong. That sensation right now, I soon realized it wasn't the feeling of the knife making contact with flesh. No, it felt more like I had stabbed a wall. Practically had to pry my eyelids open to see what happened. And what I saw was red. A very bright, vivid red that stood out from its dark, monochrome surroundings. The knife I was holding had not managed to pierce the beast's chest or even its skin. In fact, the blade is completely bent out of shape. The blood I saw was not on the blade, but rather on the handle, on my own hands. But I'm sure I hadn't touched the blade either, so why? This was probably a really dumb thing to do. I should have just run and found a spot to hide. The monster of that size, no way. I could have felled it in one stab. Especially with these flabby arms of mine. Mom was right. I should have gone back to the gym. I'm so stupid. So fucking stupid. With a bated breath, I wait for the beast to finish me off. But in my surprise, it's actually backing away. From the distance I could make out from my details, it's a gigantic wolf standing on 2 legs, a werewolf. Its huge arms, the size of logs, it's suspended in the air. Those things could absolutely kill me in one hit, and yet it's surrendering. We both stood awkwardly, frozen in place. It hasn't moved in a while now, instead eyeing me up and down at my hands, then my stomach. Why is it? Oh. Is it waiting for me to drop my weapon? Should I? The knife won't do me any good at this point. Even with all my strength and a proper knife, I couldn't even scratch the thing. After a moment of hesitation, the knife drops, along with my entire body as I collapse into a heap on the floor. I didn't even have the strength to spare to slow my fall. Ah. A sudden wave of pain hits me all at once. My stomach feels like it's torn apart. Something watery and warm leaks from the area. Red. Ha. Shit. So that's where the blood on the handle came from. I must have torn something booking it down the stairs. Fuck, really? Am I really gonna go out like this way? Both times now, I couldn't even choose how I go. Again and again, I can't take my own fucking life into my hands. This sucks. This shit fucking sucks so much. My internal lamentation comes to an abrupt end as something touches me, causing me to jerk away, which then prompts another burst of searing pain from my stomach. Fuck. Fuck. It's the werewolf. Damn it, I don't want to just... My mind begins to race, running through all sorts of scenarios to get me out of here. But nothing comes of it. I'm hyperventilating at this point. My entire body feels like Jello. Yep, this is it. I will just let destiny take its course. This gigantic bipedal wolf looms over me, messing with the bandages on my abdomen as I lie there. What the hell is it doing? I try to stop hyperventilating, as even breathing too hard right now could cause another bout of pain to shoot through my body. Diverting my attention anywhere, other than the horrid burning sensation in my abdomen, my gaze lands on the wolf. I knew it! Now that my eyes adjust to the darkness, this wolf thing is kinda charming in a way. Like one of those funny animal pics you'd see where the animal has a really human expression. Its big eyebrows are furrowed in what I assume to be worry, and its eyes. They weren't just pure yellow like I had thought, no. But yellow, orange, and purple gradient. Wait. The mouse pad. I mean, the mouse. The mouse is literally the same thing as the eyes. That's clever. They are glowing as if lit up by a sunset. This would make for an amazing photo. Why am I thinking about this now? Could this be me going delirious from blood loss? And I really shouldn't be assuming an animal's intentions from its expression alone. Learned that the hard way. Maybe it's just removing the bandages to make eating me easier. Everything feels cold, and my vision is getting blurry. Drowsiness begins to overtake me. The pain is fading away, along with everything else. I think I deserve a nap after all this, right? Maybe I can die painlessly, in my sleep at least. Mom? Dad? I'm sorry for coming to see you this early. You'd have wanted me to live a long, proper, and dignified life. But I couldn't even do that in the end. I wish I could have been a better son. If I were given the chance, I wish I could have been a better person. I lived a better life, treated people better, did more things. The last sound I heard before darkness took me was the sound of footsteps. The afternoon sun feels nice on my skin. It's warm, but not harsh. I rest my chin on my dad's head as he gives me a piggyback ride. We had a long day playing at the park. Dad is busy at the restaurant most of the time, so it's rare that he can take me out to play. I don't mind. Playing with Dad was always fun. Oh, there's a bench. Want to get off, honey? Okay. Dad kneels so I can get off safely. Once I'm off, he plops himself on the bench and lets out a groan. I sit down right next to him. And you're growing so fast. One of these days, your poppy won't be able to give you piggyback rides anymore. Then I will grow up all big and strong. It will be my turn to give Dad piggyback rides. This is what a child's fantasy is like. I would know. I remember I wanted, when I was a child, to be a teacher, but now I do not want to do that because I am 20 and I do not like to be around children. Dad stares off in the distance with a soft smile. He then sighs before looking at me, cupping my cheek in his hand. That won't be necessary. As long as Antonio grows up to be happy, I won't need anything more than that. I didn't really get what he meant at the time, so I just held his hand with my own. His hand is so big compared to mine. Those hands were so warm. Were so warm, no matter the time, no matter the season. Oh. Oh. That got dark very quickly again. Like, Jesus. The first thing that greets me upon opening my eyes is an unfamiliar feeling. Well, less unfamiliar this time. Morning has come, and I am still alive, exhausted and sore, but alive. The sun shines gently through the half-opened curtains. Birds are chirping outside. I find myself wrapped in a light wool blanket, at the same one from yesterday. It's rather peaceful. I would go back to sleep, but the need to piss is very slowly outgrowing the comfiness of staying in bed. Wait. Shit. That werewolf thing is probably out there. If I opened that door, would it show up again? It didn't kill me right then and there, so it probably doesn't want me dead yet, right? Were the events that transpired last night even real? No. It must be. It was way too painful to be a dream. A knock on the door disturbs my train of thought. I try to sit up. Too fast, my stomach complains, demanding me to lay back down. Should I answer? If the werewolf from last night really wanted to come in, it could just break through that wooden door, right? I don't think the door is locked. Anyway. Another knock. I decided to just keep my mouth shut and see what happens. To my surprise, what walked in thought that the door was not the giant werewolf, but a cat person. Oh, he's actually adorable. He's such a bean. He's so adorable. Then again, I just love cats. They gave a polite bow before entering, closing the door behind them. A lot less threatening than a gigantic dark silhouette with a glowing yellow eyes. A furry. I quickly shake off that thought. My friends had brought me to conventions before, but I knew no fursuits aren't that realistic. And their eyes aren't those blank, horrifying, soulless fursuit eyes, that's for sure. Even though my blurry glassless vision, I can still tell what this cat person is rather small, slightly shorter than me, about 5'4", give or take. Black and white fur kinda resembling a tuxedo cat. Speaking of tuxedos, they're dressed rather formally too. Gray dress, shirt, gray pants, gray vest, gray basically everything. Though one question I have, why are you wearing a mask? One exception to the monochrome palette would be what I think is a red gem on their red cravat. Very butler-like. The only thing detracting from their butler aesthetic is the black mask. The black mask they're wearing. That would be more of a doctor aesthetic. Or it could just be a medical mask, now that I think about it. My mouth hangs agape as I take in all this visual information. I think my stupefied look got them concerned as they began to speak. I can't read that. Their voice was much deeper than what I had expected. The words that came out from their mouth sounded like gibberish. I thought so at first. And I could understand certain pieces of it. A mishmash of English, Spanish, Vietnamese, and an unknown language. All 4 languages at once, yet none of them at the same time. The corner of my eye twitches, trying to comprehend what language they're speaking. Huh? They raise their finger in the air, motioning me to wait before fiddling a bit with a red gem on their neck. It glowed brightly for a moment before dimming down. I take the opportunity to find my glasses and put them on. Luckily, they were still on the nightstand, same place as when I woke up last night. Unluckily, there is now a new crack on the lenses. Great. Once they have adjusted the gem on their neck, they lower their finger. Estás fine? I squinted at them as my brain tried to compute what I just heard. It's like my auditory processing disorder, but way worse. Oh wait, they were asking if I'm fine. For a second, I contemplate just playing dumb and pretending like I don't understand, but I don't think that would do me any good. I am fine. I try to give what I intended to be an affirmative nod, but I more or less just slightly tilted my head, and they nod back, clearing their throat. That is good to hear. And you understand me too. I will report back to Darius about this. It's solidly English in English this time around. Strange. But that's not really my top priority right now. Who is this Darius? Apologies. That was rude of me. Introductions go first. Darius would be the one who purchased and modified the device that is allowing us to communicate right now. They slightly tap on the gem. He is also the owner of this house and the big wolf you encountered yesterday. A deliberate understatement. Wait, this translator must be pretty sophisticated if it caught that. He wanted to talk to you in person, but ultimately decided against visiting you right away, as he was afraid his presence would cause you to accidentally injure yourself again. So I am here to speak to you in his stead. Ah, so he must be the one who took me here, which means... Shit. Good job, dickhead. You tried to stab your host. In my defense, a 7-foot something bipedal wolf coming at you is the stuff of nightmares. Still, I should apologize for, well, attempted murder. And as for me, my name is Karos, but you may refer to me as Kai. I'm Darius's personal caregiver, and you are? Well, I am Antonio. Nat. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but we're going with it. but most just call me Tony. Tony. For just 2 syllables, I could hear his true, untranslated voice as he repeats my name back to me. The tone and pitch were the same, but it definitely wasn't how an English speaker would pronounce it. The T was somewhat mixed with a D, so it sounded more like Donnie. Why am I laughing at everything? Doesn't seem like it's a name this Karos is familiar with. May I come closer? Sure. Karos calmly approached me and placed a few things on the bedside table. A leather cover book, a pencil, a spoon, and a bowl of porridge. This is the one bear fairy tale again. It's kinda watery. Reminds me of stuff Mom would feed me when I had an upset stomach as a kid. This here will be your breakfast for the time being, Tony. Or should I say, Donnie? Now the way he says my name is no different from how a random person from the street would say it. He taps the bowl. Water and wheat. Just enough nutrition for bear survival. So, porridge. So, you know what this is? Yeah, we have it too. We have that too. Good knowledge to have. Geez, I'm maybe slow in terms of academics, but I'm not that dumb. I suppose I can't fault him. I would also be as specific as possible when communicating with an alien too. Kai then clears his throat. As you may be aware yourself, you suffered quite a few injuries. Most notably to your abdomen region. I follow his gaze to my bandaged stomach, a dull sensation emanating from it. Yeah, I am very much aware. No need to remind me. That came off more hostile than I had intended. I really shouldn't have be provoking this guy, considering he's giving me food. He continues on as if I had said nothing. Well, they shouldn't be affecting your digestion. I suggest against feeding you something that your body may be unfamiliar to. There was a pause when he said unfamiliar there. Wait, that does remind me. Where the hell is this again? Wait, Kai, was it? Before you continue, can I ask something? I will see if I can answer. Where are we right now? We don't exactly have talking animal people back where I lived. Kai stopped for a moment, thinking. I think I saw his eyebrows shift when mentioning animal people. I don't know how I should tell you this, but As far as we are aware, you are not in your world of origin. Yeah, that does make sense. Anthropomorphic animal, magic translator device. All of this sounds like a dream, but the immense pain, the warmth of blood on my hands, and the sensations of the big wolf man messing with my bandages while I lie there, helpless. I'm gonna go see how long I've been recording. Almost an hour. Well, I can probably do it for like another hour. All those sensations I felt confirm that this is undeniably reality. The hell happened after I fell into that river, which is why Darius and I want to know how you came to our world. Well, I honestly have no idea either. My memory is a bit hazy. I remember falling into a river and, my head is pounding. I bury my face in my hands to remember what happened after that to no avail. Please do not overexert yourself. Darius suggested providing you with a journal and pencil. Please jot down what you remember of that day at your leisure. I assume since you are able to communicate with me without much difficulty, you should be able to write too, yes? Isn't relying on a translator a pretty major difficulty? Yeah, I know how to write, yes, but would you even be able to read with your gem translator thingy? No, I likely will not be able to. This device is for verbal communication only. Translating written text would be much more difficult. So why the journal? So you can have time to recollect things without pressure. And because Darius wants to see what your writing looks like. Reminds me of my creative writing assignments. Write about your botched suicide and how you ended up in another world. Why? Why am I laughing at this? I shouldn't be laughing at the very obvious joke there. Maybe not. And that gem, how does it work exactly? This? Darius stated something along the lines of, Curious clears his throat. It captures brainwaves within a certain range and translates them using the person's voice as a medium. The fewer people and the shorter the range, the more effective it is. Your head may buzz a little when you are exposed to it for the first time, but that means it works. So that's why I felt what I felt when I first entered the room. When you first entered the room. Something to do with effect. That's pretty cool. We don't have anything like that back where I lived. We do have translators, but are basically dictionaries, but more convenient, not real-time brainwave translators. I see. Even more complicated words are getting through without issues. While this item is often used for diplomats, it appears to work well enough even for extraterrestrial languages. And for that, I'm glad. Glad that I won't have charades to get my points across. That is about my well of knowledge on this topic. I'm afraid you are much better off asking Darius himself for further details. He is much more knowledgeable on the topic of enchanted items. Oh no, it's fine, and I will. He nods before gesturing something slightly above me. Anyways, in case you haven't noticed, there is a cord right next to your bed. It's connected to a bell outside. A bit makeshift, but it works. Please pull it if you need anything. Huh? Has that always been there? I should really be paying more attention now that I'm in who knows where. I will. Good. As much as I would like to chat more, limiting your contact to concentrated sources of magic while you are adapting to our world would be ideal. Too much stimuli at once is not good for the body. I just nod. Is there anything else you would like to know before I leave? Scratching my chin, I can feel that my stubble's grown out a bit. Oh, do you have a bathroom I can use? Last door down the hall to your right. Would you require assistance getting there? I think I can do it on my own, as long as I don't move too suddenly. Do call if you change your mind. The second floor is temporary for your usage alone. Darius's bedroom is on this floor, but he is staying downstairs to prevent unwanted contamination. Oh damn, another reason to talk to this Darius guy. Gotta thank him in person, giving me an entire floor of this house to me, even if temporary. Thank you. I need to process things, so that's gonna be it for now. Another nod. He then turns around to leave the room but stops midway. And one final reminder, yes? I must stress that we are not keeping you hostage in any way, and you are free to leave at any moment should you desire. Though it is my recommendation that you stay on this floor for the time being, for the sake of your own well-being, as well as for the sake of the general public. I will keep that in mind. Rest well. The Catman then gives me a final bow before leaving the room. He moves to poise and grace. I didn't even hear the sounds of his footsteps. With Karos out of my temporary room, I am left alone with my thoughts. Fuck. I'm in another world. Like one of those isekai animes my colleague once showed me. That should make me an alien on their turf, huh? Alien. Not the first time I've been called that. Ha 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 ha. I don't think anything left on Earth I don't think I have anything left on Earth anyways. So I don't feel all that sad. But aren't I accepting all this too easily? Should I be questioning things more? Nope. I'm too tired for this. Let's just think about the short terms first. Bathroom, breakfast, then journal. Maybe all of this will feel a bit more real once I start writing stuff down. Damn, chapter 1 ended that quickly? How long have I been reading for? The day I vanished with the stars. An abnormally powerful hurricane hit us recently. Good thing I swept up all the fallen leaves before it hit. The creakings of my footsteps echo through the corridors of our now empty town. Now, perhaps the house would feel more right. I passed by the dining room on my way to the garage. We shared many moments here, laughing together at the absurd things going on in our lives. arguing over stupid things that we probably shouldn't have argued about, savoring the wonderful meals my mom cooked. All things that I will never be able to experience again. Ah, that colorful, gaudy toothpick holder. I remember Dad busting through the door with it one day, giant grin on his face, like he just dug up a treasure. I lifted the thing up and pinned my suicide note underneath it. All the times that we would accidentally knock it over, spilling the content all over the dining room table. We would say that I can't have duty to attend to before picking up the toothpicks strewn around. I pull out my phone, still a few hours before the comet becomes really visible. Can't really see any of the night sky around here due to the terrible light pollution. Ideally, you'd want a place far, far away from the hustle and bustle of the big city, and luckily, I know a spot just like that, a bridge nearby, National Park. Just a quick hour and a half drive to park, then an hour-long hike up to the actual bridge itself. Some seniors from the old astronomy club dragged me there during one of our regular expeditions. Apparently they got lost going off trail one day and ended up stumbling into the thing. Just sitting there, rotting away. It's out of the way and pretty isolated, so there shouldn't be anyone else there to bother me. Dragging my ass into the garage, I see all of our things, our memories. They are now stashed neatly in several carton boxes, tucked away in a corner of the room. And they're gonna lie there in wait, until some poor soul has to come and clean things up after they notice I have gone missing. Or maybe they won't notice, who knows. In practiced motion, I swipe the garage remote from the top of the cabinet and press open. Going to take a bit till it fully opens soon, so I opened the door to the passenger side, taking the opportunity to make sure I packed everything. Booze, check. Fresh razor blades, check. Wallet, check. Phone, check. Camera bag with actual camera in it, check. Keys, check. That's everything. Closing the door behind me, I slip into the driver's seat and start the family car. Well, it's mine now. No one else to share. God, this thing is ancient. Good thing you will get plenty of rest after this. You and me both. Ha. It's awfully quiet, ain't it? I fiddle with my phone, looking for a song to change the mood. Better. With the car now in the driveway, I poke my head out of the window and close the garage door behind me. I wait a bit, just to make sure it won't stop halfway down. Done. That should be everything. Driving down the familiar roads, I realize that I don't have much to reminisce on. It's either school, or home, or work. Never had that many friends in the first place either. And ones that I do have all moved away. This town, I have never felt much connection to it. It's just like any other place to me, here or there. As long as I had a home to return to, it's all the same. But there isn't a home left for me now, is there? As my fingers tap away at the steering wheel, a strange sensation creeps up on me. After months of constant lethargy and exhaustion, there is this feeling of joy swelling within my chest. My hands on the steering wheel shake. It's all going to be over soon. No more enduring it, no more loneliness, no more bullshit. To hitch the ride off this world on a comet, it's kinda a romantic ending, ain't it? I really couldn't get over myself after all. After about nearly an hour and a half or so of trampling around and taking in the views, I hear sounds of water rushing nearby. There it is, the Starlight Bridge, as we from the Astronomy Club so endearingly referred to it. Not once have I gazed upon the sky on my way here. Gotta savor everything for my perfect ending. The ground underneath me translations from the just dirt and grass to solid concrete as I make my way onto the bridge. I wonder how long this thing has been here. Probably 20 years at least, maybe even older than me. There are some squeaky groaning noises, but it has always sounded like that. I carefully remove my camera bag before dumping the rest of the contents out of the concrete floor. The bottle convenience store soju I bought is rolling away to freedom, but alas, its escape is short-lived as I quickly snatch it up. Cheers. I take a swig of the strawberry-flavored liquid before lying it down on the bridge. The taste. It wasn't tasteless, no. It tasted the same as it always did, just more flat, as if something was missing. One thing, at least. The view does make up for it. I feel so bad for the main character. Like literally feel so bad. Anyways, the view does make up for it. There are few words that can be used to describe the feeling that arises within one's heart when gazing up at the Milky Way. Seeing the infinite vastness above you, realizing how utterly small your world is, it brings a deep sense of terror, but also an unimaginable wonder. You feel almost weightless, as if gravity's tether on you has weakened.
Self-voicing enabled.
No.
Self-voicing disabled.
I don't want the self-voicing! Please, shut the frick up. Anyways, those before me have likely had the same thoughts, and those after me. And so will those after me. We have been and always will be gazing upon the same night sky. And it's comforting in a way. I trace my finger across the cosmic tapestry, looking for tonight's guest star, or comet rather. And there it is, a single golden trail amidst the sea of stars. Despite the unbelievable speed from here, The comet appears almost unmoving, unchanging. Named it Comet Lycos because it is said to resemble a wolf running across the sky. Suppose I can see that. A yellow trail means that this one is composed of iron. The spout random trivia about comets that I have learned over my lifetime until I have exhausted my library of knowledge. I don't quite understand why I did that when there was no one to listen. Maybe I just wanted to get it off my chest. All the things that I have known, all my memories, will vanish once I take that leap of faith. Am I hesitant? I need another sip. And I do just that, taking another quick swig of the bottle. Satisfied, I place it down and grab my camera. Take aim and snap. First try. Didn't even need a tripod. Smirk blossoms on my face, proud of my work. Good work. Mom gave me an eye for composition, and Dad gave me his steady hands. A recipe for a good photographer, or so they say. Moments like these deserve to be immortalized by one. They are utterly fleeting, just like the emotions that accompany them. It is really photography. It is through photography that I wish to share these feelings with the world. In just a moment, once I'm done with myself, I will place the memory card somewhere nice and secure, or that these feelings of mine can at least survive. Short-lived joys before the plunge myself below. My head then turned to look up at the contents of my backpack lying haphazardly on the ground. The untouched razors are the first thing that reflect upon my retinas.
Self-voicing enabled.
Shush.
Self-voicing disabled.
Maybe a few more pics won't hurt. Standing up from my supine position, I head towards the railings and snap a few more photos. Some of the comet, others of the Milky Way, some just of the forest, and forests surround me, and the river below. That's where I'm gonna end up. I have done some research before. Some people fail to die instantly after the jump, ending up forever paralyzed from the neck down. I don't even have anyone to look for after me. And even if I do, having to be a burden to some stranger for the rest of my life. Is such a life even worth living? Is such a life even worth living? That's why the razors are here.
Self-voicing disabled.
They will guarantee my death. An absolute one-way route. I unball my fist, finding nail marks from how hard I was clenching it. How long have I been reading this? I know I keep checking, but I have to keep going. I've been reading it for 1 hour. There is still time. I don't have to rush. There's no one here to decide how or when I go out. Not like last time or any time before that. With my camera straps tightly wrapped around my wrists, I lean down to pick up the soju bottle next to my feet. But that's when I saw something peculiar. A huge crack on the bridge. What? Since when? Before I could question the situation further, an audible cracking sound reached my ears. The bridge is collapsing? But why? Wait, did the storm... No, please. This is not what I want. I don't want to die. That was my last thought before I began to free fall to my doom. The world around me almost comes to a halt. I feel my heart wanting to rip itself out of my chest, but the only thing I could do is wait. The last thing I saw before hitting the water below was the golden comet. I'm just blasting through each chapter. Why is chapter 2 so short? It's been some time now. Can't really tell how long it has been exactly since my phone is busted. Even after many desperate prayer sessions to my different divine beings, not once have I been granted the miracle of a working phone. Though there is a silver lining at least. My head stopped hurting as much. As it turns out, taking it slow is the key to not giving yourself a headache. I hear knocking, same rhythm as this morning. Knowing that I'm no longer in danger, I decide to answer this time around. Kai, is that you? Yes. May I enter? Go ahead. The familiar feline figure appears from the behind of the door, the blue robe and the cup of what I assume to be water in hand. Hello again. I've brought you some clothes and water. Yay, 2 points for Antonio. He then places the cup on the bedside table before handing me the robe. Oh, thank you. You didn't ring the bell, so I assume everything is well. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary with your digestion? No, digestion is normal, I think. Wonderful. May I assume our bathroom is similar to yours since you didn't require assistance using it? Oh yeah, bathtub, shower, sink, toilet. You even have a bidet of all things. I see you are adapting very well to your new surroundings. Maybe that's something this Darius guy would want to know. Indeed, it would be. I can't see his mouth with that mask, but somehow I can imagine a smile under it. So, have you made any progress with the journal? Oh. I reach out for the journal by my side. I've actually jotted down quite a bit. Well, it's unlikely that I will be able to read what you may have written. May I see anyways? Yeah, sure. Here you go. His gloved hand reached out and grabbed it. I actually managed to recall most of the things that happened on the day before I arrived, though not how I actually ended up here. Karos nods at this information, his hand still flipping through my journal. I suppose there is something I should tell you, yes? We may have some clues as to how everything happened, but I chose not to inform you. I feared it might give you unwanted preconceptions about the events that day, and for that I apologize. What? I slowly propped my head up on my elbow. The cat man, however, remains unmoving. Wait, do you know how I got here? Merely ideas. The reason itself is still inconclusive. Darius has built a portal machine that could create a gateway into outer space, so I could view a comet from the surface of the moon. According to him, it was never meant to have the kind of energy needed to reach another planet in our system, let alone from a different solar system entirely. But somehow, you ended up here. Anyway, That is why we wanted your perspective to see if you had any method of crossing into our world, but we don't have anything like that. It is apparent that you don't, and we are not blaming you. Darius is still looking into the reason why you could have ended up here, and we will do our best to accommodate you for the time being. I see. It's my turn to nod, though with much less vigor because I don't dare to move too much. And because I don't actually feel anything hearing that, Karos looks at me, waiting for a response, and I look back at him, analyzing whatever I can from his eyes. What reaction does he expect from me? Excitement? Maybe someone else in my position would be smiling from ear to ear, but if they were near that, jumping with joy at the perspective of maybe finding a way to go home, or maybe anger, furious at the fact that I have been torn from my home world and dragged into an alien planet somewhere without my input, grabbing at his collar, demanding to be returned home. But I don't feel any of that. It's a dull emptiness. A simple acceptance of my current reality. If they hadn't opened up that portal, I would have been a bloated corpse by now. Though, there was a moment where I saw a flash of red, when he had implied that I was responsible for me ending up here. An icy silence has befallen the room. Nodding seems to signify agreement if you're from too. Kai's voice snaps me back to reality, huh? Yes, for most cultures anyway. Kai then gently crosses the journal and hands it back to me. I stare at it before meeting his eyes again, so I am unable to grasp the content inside, nor does it match any language I am familiar with, both of which I had anticipated. Still, I'm sure Darius would still be excited to hear about this. Darius. He sure gets mentioned a lot. That does remind me, I haven't seen what Darius actually looks like up close, and not in the dark on a stormy night. Would you like to meet him? Yes, I would like to talk to him personally if possible. To apologize for trying to stop him, and to know as much as possible about how I ended up here. Or at least, about that portal thing he made. I will tell him as such. Unfortunately, he likely won't return until much later today, or maybe even tomorrow. Huh? Why? Our power lines got knocked out due to the weather yesterday. He really only had to repair the lines leading up to our house and wait for everything to come back. But he insisted on aiding the townsfolk with the repairs down there too. That makes sense. He did make the magic translator crystal thing, so I imagine he would be able to fix stuff too. But the thing that actually caught me a bit surprised was, you have electricity here too? Indeed. We kept the hallway lights on, but you woke up in the middle of the outage. No wonder it was so dark. Maybe if the lights were on, I wouldn't have freaked out as much. Kai, one question. Do feel free to just ask from now on. I will try my best to answer if possible. Right. How long have I been here anyway? Kai rubs his chin thinking. Almost 2 days now. You arrived on the 25th hour. Definitely not Earth then. 25 hours on a planet. I mean, there's multiple planets with like way more than 25 hours, let alone 24 hours. Definitely not Earth then. Hold. How many hours do you have in a day exactly? We have 30 hours in a day. Each hour divided into 60 minutes, then each minute divided into 60 seconds. Oh, same as my planet then. The 60 minutes part, not the 30 hours. We only have 24 hours. Intriguing. While I would expand more on the calendar, I promise to leave things like planetary rotations to Darius, I could explain, but try to act a bit surprised when Darius talks about it. He talks about Darius rather fondly. I wonder what he is like when I'm not pumped full of adrenaline. What can people say? Adrenaline is one hell of a drug. According to a bunch of people. Yeah, let's save the calendar for later. It's not my top priority right now. And I'm not really a good actor. Anyway, continue please. Very well, you arrived on the 25th hour 2 days ago, then remained unconscious for over a day. Damn, I was out. You had your scuffle with Darius at about the second hour today, then fell unconscious again due to blood loss. When I saw you awake, it was the 10th hour. 2 hours have passed since then, which means it's currently the 12th hour. Your midday meal should be around this time, yes? My stomach responds with an audible growl before I can say anything. Sounds like one bowl isn't filling enough. Ah, yeah, but I don't mind eating when you eat, though. Carol shakes his head. It's best that you eat whenever you feel hungry until you have fully recovered. You may attempt to match our schedule at a later date. What time do you usually eat? Knowing such information will be very useful for formulating a meal plan. I usually have breakfast at 7 in the morning. Been skipping that recently. Lunch at 12. Dinner is more flexible, but usually from 7 to 8 p.m. So 3 meals in a day with an average 6 hours between each meal? Indeed. How about you guys? We eat 4 meals over the course of a day. Breakfast and lunch are considered the most important. The 2 other meals in between are relatively light. Since you are awake and responsive, I will thicken the porridge a bit this time around. Thanks for accommodating me again. And sorry for raising my voice. It is quite alright. Do you have anything else you want to discuss before I leave? No, I just need time to think about all this. Very well, I will return with your meal soon. He picks up the wooden bowl on the bedside table before giving me a polite bow and leaving. I slumped back down onto the bed, mentally exhausted. A sigh escapes my lips. 30 whole hours in a day, huh? How far away am I from Earth? Is this even the Milky Way? No, it's not the Milky Way. I don't think there's any planets in the solar system of the Milky Way with anthropomorphic talking animals. People would be thrilled to find out there's an entire planet of alien furries. Also, they have magic tools. This would be a fantasy nerd's wet dream. Oh, Jesus. I do wonder, what year is it for them? The general aesthetic of everything gives me 19th or 20th century vibes. I could ask for a history book of some kind, but I doubt I would understand. Maybe they would have pictures? Huh? Darius, huh? Kind of intimidating name, isn't it? Wasn't that a Persian king? Not like I can check anyway. I'm gonna be the one explain this stuff to me. He's gonna be the one to explain this stuff to me. From what I heard, he seems to be real bright. So I should be able to get quite a bit of information from him. Memories of our first encounter flash in my head. Those burning golden eyes, his ginormous silhouette sprinting at me. For a moment, I really thought I was going to have a cardiac arrest just then and there. I can feel the seeds of fear bloom within my heart. What if he's a total jerk-ass? What if he's one of those crazy peeps who throws a fit at the first sign of things not going their way? But then again, he likely wouldn't have wanted to apologize to me if he were that shit of a person, right? And he was literally tearing up during the end of chapter 1 when you were bleeding. I don't think he's a total jackass. Like God. And Kai wouldn't have imitated his voice so willy-nilly. Like the man did not even bother looking around. Kai does talk rather fondly of Darius, so I do suppose he did say he was Darius's caregiver. My mind then lands on the last memory of him. His worried expression. Those eyes lit like the sunset. But there was a strange sadness behind them. Like dark clouds before a pouring rain. Darius, just what kind of person are you? Yawn. I'm starting to get kind of drowsy again. Taking in all this information has kind of taken a toll on me. Could also be the fact that I nearly bled out on his front door earlier today. Maybe I could get in some quick shut-eye before Darius comes back with another bowl of porridge. Waiting is really all I can do right now. And what better way to wait than to sleep with your life away? That porridge was kind of bland. I should ask for some salt and pepper. Is that too much to ask for? I don't want to bother them too much, since they are already putting a roof over my head. No, it's just salt and pepper. I should be able to make some demands at the very least. What cuisine? Is there cuisine, like, I wonder? What if they are animal people, then what is their version of livestock? Maybe they eat some kind of high protein plant? One question leads to another, and before I could even notice, my consciousness had drifted away. I know I had ingested a lot of water over the past few days, but constantly waking up from a full bladder is extremely annoying. I went back to taking a nap again after another bowl of porridge and cup of water. When I opened my eyes, it was already dark outside, so I sneak out once again, this time out of respect for my gracious hosts who hadn't kicked me out despite me trying to kill one of them. But unlike last time, the hallway is lit up with a dim orange hue. Guess the power is back up. These lights are kinda strange. Rather than LED lights I've grown used to, the light bulbs here have a singular thin glowing gemstone in them, affixed by a few metallic filaments. It is just how they make light bulbs here. Or is it another form of magic item. Before I could question things further, I hear a subtle sounds of the door opening downstairs and someone flipping a switch on. With curiosity, I decide to take a peek. A massive woven figure stands at the entrance, yawning. That's when our eyes met. We both stood there, staring at one another. I don't know why I hadn't just gotten back into my room or ducked behind a wall. Maybe I just really want to take a proper look at him now that I know I'm no longer in danger. Yellow eyes, brown fur, cute pink ears. Those aren't pink. those are very those are a darker brown. Glasses and whoa. Look at the size of those arms. Just like I had deduced from his silhouette, those things really could take my head off if he wanted to. But thankfully he hadn't. Only a few seconds have lapsed, but I felt like I've been standing here for minutes already. Shit, maybe the big guy is scared he would spook me again. Taking the initiative, I carefully raise my hand and wave. What's the worst that can happen? Him running up here and mauling me for daring to insult his presence by waving. Oh, and I just realized the little detail on the top of his forehead. That's adorable. Darius must be protected at all costs. Then I realized that this isn't Earth, and I could be insulting his mother for all I know. So I just slowly lower my head. It took a moment, but he does eventually respond. Luckily, the scenario I had imagined did not come true. Instead, he waves back at me before he very slowly slinking away. I hear rapid footsteps once he gets out of my field of view. I suppose that's a fair reaction? Oh wow. The darkness had not deceived me that night. He really was just that expressive. Definitely would have been way less freaked out if the lights were on. Exhaustion, surprise, awkwardness. This guy is really easy to read despite being an anthropomorphic wolf man. Doesn't seem like he wants to talk right now. I should probably go take care of my own business. Not like I can go down there for a chat right now. First day of elementary school. Our family just moved here recently, so I don't know any of my classmates. All of my friends are in another city. I miss them. Tony? Is there a Tony here? The class remains silent. Is the teacher misreading someone's name? Weird that she started with a T. Tony, how do I say this? Tony Nat? Nyat? Tony Nat? Huh, that's my last name, I think. I raise my arm to get her attention. Oh, here. Why didn't you say anything before? Because, it's Antonio Nat. I said that, didn't I? No, my name isn't Tony, it's Antonio. Tony, Anthony... Same thing. And next up is... I can't fall back asleep. I've been sleeping too much recently. Ever since that short encounter with Darius, I've been tossing and turning, thinking about what to say. Well, I gotta apologize first for that, for sure. What then? Giving myself a moment to breathe, cause I'm not used to speaking this much. Alright, back. It's really only a matter of time before he comes up here to talk. He looks kinda tired, so I wouldn't blame him for taking a nap first. I guess I could force myself to go back to that buzzing sensation again. It's a bit stronger this time around. Wait, does that mean already? The answer came as I heard muffled chatter from outside the room. Maybe he's sleeping right now. Didn't you say he was awake? I did say I saw him awake, but maybe he has gone back to sleep? Okay. I'll try. One of those voices is clearly Karos's, and another I don't recognize. Though, by the sound, the other person, who I assume is Darius, to be Darius, sounds about as nervous as I am. I expected to immediately hear knocking at the door, but I'm instead greeted by silence. Darius. I'm psyching myself up. Yep, it's Darius, and he's here to talk. I should take that as a sign to start psyching myself up too. Alright, here goes. Knocking, the rhythm is similar to Karos's, but no doubt that there are some differences in way of the knock. Antonio, Darius is here to talk. I take a moment to adjust my hair a bit so I don't look like a total mess. Yes, come in. The door very gently creaks open. Now a familiar woven figure stands there with a chair. He meekly raises one hand to wave. I do the same in response. Wow, the size difference is very telling. Like, why is the size difference, like, very noticeable? Kai pokes his head out from behind Darius. Wow, he is totally hidden standing there. Good morning. I brought Darius as promised. I will be standing outside. If you need anything, simply call my name or ring the bell. I managed to nod before he disappeared behind Darius again. I can't quite see what he's doing, but I can guess by now Darius slightly stumbles forward into my room. Karos, wait. No sudden movements. He isn't a wild animal, Darius. Talk to him. He looks like he's trying to hide something that behind that chair. Too bad it barely covers any of his body and his face. I could imagine cartoon swirls in his eyes as he tries to formulate his sentence. Maybe I should take the initiative and apologize first. I I deeply and humbly apologize. He bows, causing me to flinch. Geez, what happened to no sudden movements? What, huh? I'm so sorry. Your injuries got so much worse because of me. I really shouldn't have startled you like that. When I saw you standing there, I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I knew your stitches would have torn if you ran, but before I knew it, you were already fleeing. All of this was a horrible mistake. I should have been more patient. Maybe if I had just stood still, no matter if I wasn't on the second floor in the first place, I wasn't expecting to be the one being given an apology first when he stepped into the room, or for this gigantic wolf to be a sniveling mess. Look back at Eros for what to do, but all I got was a knowing look as if it says, do as you will. Hey now, it's alright. I'm fine now, aren't I? How about we introduce one another first? I didn't quite catch your name when we met earlier. The wolf looks back at me. His grip on the chair is slightly shaky. Right. I'm sorry. It's rude to not give proper introductions. I love Darius's character design. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. Like, look at him. He looks very friend-shaped. His ears are pressed back against his head, making them almost invisible from the angle. Karos is giving him a few supportive pats. Wait, how much time has passed? Almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. Okay, then. His ears are pressed back against his head, making them almost invisible from this angle. Karos is giving him a few supportive pats. I am Darius Asil. I am an engineer and the one who made the gateway machine that got you here. Despite his large form, Darius, he looks like he's trying to shrink into himself. It's a bit of a sorry sight. I'm Antonio Nat. But I think you know that already. Most just call me Tony. Mm-hmm. Karos told me. He nods slightly. But is it okay if I call you Antonio anyways? Most people don't go out of their way to say my entire name. It's kinda long, isn't it? 4 whole syllables? Yep, it's 4 syllables. Most people I know have a 2 or even 1 syllable name. 3 at most. Though, I do appreciate the effort. It's fine, I don't know why you would say that instead of just Tony, though. My parents once taught me that a name is precious. It encapsulates a person's entire existence into a few sounds. That's why I try to call someone's entire name whenever possible. That's actually very sweet. Thanks, Darius. His eyebrows finally relax a bit, and I find myself smiling too. Still, Antonio, I must apologize. I was careless, not only in creating the gateway machine, but also in leaving you alone in the guest bedroom. It was supposed to be for a few short minutes while I grabbed a few books from my room, but it all went downhill so quickly. I wasn't aware of you being awake at the time. It's not an excuse for me to for my carelessness in any way. That's what he was doing to get books from his own room in his own house, and I tried to kill him. No. He flinches. I mean, Darius, I told you. It's okay, I forgive you. Oh. Wait, what? History. I didn't get to read that part. I mean, Darius, it's okay if I forgive you. I instinctively try to... Seems like my words did reach him at the very least, as his ears slightly perked up. But it seems like my words did reach him at the very least. Really? But his voice barely above a whisper. I nod information. Yes, really. If anything, I should be the one begging for forgiveness. You welcomed me into your house, and what I did in the end, I tried to murder you. No, it was perfectly reasonable self-defense, and I'm perfectly fine. See, healthy as a horse. He thumps his chest, and is this his way of showing me how healthy he is? I can't help but chuckle at just a little. So, do we have nothing personal against one another? It does appear so, but still, even if it wasn't my fault you ended up here, which I'm not saying it isn't. Just hypothetical. I nod, just to make sure I understand that he understands that I understand. Upon seeing my affirmation, he continues, even if it wasn't, I would still treat you the same. You're a guest from another world. How many people can you say that they have met someone like that? That's why I will do anything in my power to accommodate you until we find a way to get you back home. Home is a heavy word for me. There is no such place for me to return to anymore. But if I don't want to, what if I don't want to go home? I suppose you can stay with us for however long you would like. You are too hospitable, You are too hospitable, Darius. What if I turn out to be a huge jerk? What shall you do then? He has a rather goofy-looking expression on his face. I don't quite think he expected that response. Sorry. I just wanted to lighten the mood. But thank you for accommodating me. Is there any way I can repay you? No. I can possibly make you do anything. He waves his hand frantically. This character is the cutest thing ever. But you're not making me do anything, are you? This is out of my own goodwill. But you're not making me do anything, are you now? This is out of my own goodwill. Oh well, if you insist, then I won't stop you, but you should wait until you are fully recovered, okay? I don't want your condition to get any worse because of me. Alright. Shall we pinky swear? I hold out my pinky finger, but Darius just gives me a confused look, tilting his head. This is? Oh. Do you not have this here? We do not. As far as I am aware, Karos. I slightly lean over Karos's reaction. He just shrugs. I see, well. This is a gesture of a promise. If you break the promise, the other person gets to break your finger. But I shouldn't tell him that right now. Here, sit down, and I will show you. Okay. He finally places a chair, then scoots a bit closer to me. Am I going insane, or can I actually see, like, the mouth line of, the face mask? Also, one thing I'm gonna be very annoying about is the fact that there's nothing holding his face mask in place. Unless it's like some sort of magic thing, then I get it, because this is a magical world. But otherwise, there shouldn't be anything holding his mask in place. It looks kinda too small for him, or rather, he is too big for it. His knees are drawn up higher than the chair designer had probably intended. Hold out your pinky, please. Oh. Will this require physical contact? Darius turns around to look at Karos like a child seeking approval from a parent. You have gloves on, don't you? Just don't try to hug him or anything. I would be struggling so hard trying not to hug this character. He is an absolute sweetheart. He then turns back to me, his eyes sparkling. You seem excited to learn something new. Alright, pinky, please. And he brings out the pinky. So we hook our pinky fingers together. His hand is huge compared to mine. I think he can cover my entire face with his palm alone. And shake. Oh. Just like that, our promise is established. Until I have fully recovered, I won't be doing anything that could potentially hurt me. So, does this have any sort of binding power? Not really. That's rather flimsy, is it not? What's stops the other person from just breaking the promise without you knowing. He will just have to believe them. He looks down at his finger for a short moment. It was swift, but the silence is audible. Then this will be a trust-building exercise. It will be, yes. Do you really think that I can't take care of myself? I am an entire adult. I actually haven't been taking care of myself lately, so I guess I really can't do that. Just don't want him to be more worried about me than he already is. I mean, I'm sure you are capable. He puffs out his cheeks. But still, you're hurt, Sal. I trust that you two will nurse me back to good health. I will do my best. I will not disappoint. I love all the characters in this so far. Or at least all the main characters. I honestly could care less about the parents of the main character as well as the family of the main character because we barely know anything about them besides their nationalities. And I suppose that covers introductions. I have arduous and turbulent introduction. Yep, there are still plenty of things to talk about though. Of course, feel free to ask anything. Most things. As long as it doesn't get too personal. The inner parts of his ears are turning red. Noted. Calendar. So, how many days you got here on your planet? Here on our dear planet. So, how many days have you got here on your planet? A year on hardier planet Vistella has 8 months, and since we are in a temperate climate, you will find that each of the 4 seasons neatly take up 2 months. And when is it currently? I will probably tag the people about like some errors within like within chapter 3, maybe. The months in our current language are named after some of our major deities, and since that can get pretty complicated, I will simply refer to them by their numerical order instead. Can I have some lessons on that later? The whole month name thing. Of course, but back on topic, it is currently the 9th day of the 6th month, which puts us towards the later half of autumn. Hope your winter isn't too harsh then, or I may freeze to death. Our building material has pretty good insulation, so as long as you stay inside, it shouldn't get to the point where you would die from hypothermia. And we do have heaters. Darius leans a bit in to the side to look at the heater behind me. I have seen. I will try to procure you some winter clothes so you can wrap yourself up nice and cozy should you need to go outside. I look down at my current clothes. Long have I realized that these aren't mine. These are probably a good chance to bring it up. This is a good probably... Oh, by the way, what happened to my old clothes? Oh, they are rather torn up, so Karos is patching them up, according to him. He turns around to look at Kai, who simply nods. Then, whose clothes are these? Probably not Kai's, since he's smaller than I am. Oh, those are my old clothes. I didn't dare just leave you naked. Explains how oversized these are. Where were we? Oh, right. So we have 240 days on the average year, but once every 4 years, a 31st day has to be added to the first month in order to keep everything synchronized. So a leap year. So you have something like that, like this back in your world too? I nod. Though our year is a bit longer than yours. By how much? We have 365 days back on Earth. 366 on a leap year. Oh, this Earth must be your home planet. Short and sweet name. Well, there is Terra and such. I think Vistella sounds way more poetic. Darius then rubs his chin for a moment. It's similar to how I do, which it is in turn similar to how my dad does it. Speaking of years, but how old are you currently? 26 in Earth years. Oh. That would make you about 31 and a half here. That was some quick mathing. Cackling. There's a prideful glint in his eyes. No mathematical equation can stump me as long as I am given enough information, and the equation itself is not your ergonomous. Alright, just gonna cut. It's been 2 hours now. I think I'm gonna finish this interaction and then call it here. No mathematical equation. You give me equation and I can solve it right now. Right, no thanks. I would rather not think about math if possible. Fuck math. Math is also my least favorite subject. Like, I cannot stand math. Well, see yourself. How old are you, Karos, by the way? I'm currently 26 in Vistellan years, and Karos says we actually don't know how old he actually is, but he estimated he was in his early 40s, which makes us 22 under around mid-30s in your years. Oh, what? I felt older vibes from Karos, but I wasn't expecting for you to be younger than me. I just look big. Even when I was a minor. You should say even when I was a child. Saying even when I was a minor kinda sounds weird. I was pretty large compared to my peers. I assume you are an adult then? Most certainly. I've been an adult for approximately 4.8 Vistellan years now, which would be 4 years on your planet. How about you? 8 Earth years, so then it would be over 9.5 years here. It seems like the point where one is socially considered an adult on both planets is about the same, around the 18 Earth year mark. Yeah, for most cultures anyway. Some can be a bit earlier or later. Same thing around here. Cultures seem to share some similarities then. Should I ask about the stabbing? Yeah, probably. As much as I would like to drop it, can I ask something about how I attacked you the other day? It's okay, no harm, no foul, but go ahead. I know that while I definitely managed to hit you then, it kind of felt like striking a brick wall. The knife was all bent. Oh, that's because you tried to stab me with a fruit knife. I was peeling some apples before my watch. But don't worry not. I would still not be harmed if you had struck me with a meat knife or any other kind of weapon, actually. Want to elaborate? This actually has that sounds. I can't be hurt. You can drop an explosive on me, and I would still be unharmed. Though it does make me pretty reckless sometimes. I see. Is that something to do with your magic? Mm-hmm. I find myself smiling, feeling the weight on my shoulders lift, even if just a little. That's a relief. I did not notice you made quite a noise then. If you can't be hurt, then what was that about? Whilst it didn't hurt, the sensation of being struck with a knife was still pretty surprising. You put quite a good deal of force behind that blow. Sorry. It's okay. You were just only defending yourself. He keeps waving the topic off. I suppose I should quit it for now. So, mask? Yes? Shouldn't I wear one too? We considered that, but ultimately decided against it. We don't think blocking your respiratory system with a material from our world would be too productive. Yeah. You're taking quite a few measures to keep me safe, aren't you? Most certainly. I actually wouldn't need to wear this mask if it were only for my sake. Really? My body is completely immune to any pathogen. I can waltz into the infectious disease ward of a hospital and come out perfectly fine. That's amazing. How? I just have a unique constitution. Something to do with magic? I could say that, but still, my clothes and fur can still carry unwanted passengers, so it's best to not get too close until your immune system has adapted. You guys seem pretty caught up with germ theory. We sure are, but people did think that diseases were caused by miasma about 200 years ago. Oh, same here, actually. Our worlds have a lot of similarities, it seems, even the history. But all that means is you will adapt easier. Yeah, hopefully. I tilt my head a little. Darius mimics me. A lot of similarities indeed. Their speech and body language both very human, so I assumed they would use their mouth to emote in similar ways, even if they won't line up perfectly with human expression. If I want to survive here, learning to properly read these furry folks would be a major priority. So, yes? If I asked to see your face, would you be able to show me? Oh, Karos? You may, but I recommend keeping some distance. Request approved. Hooray. Wow, that was the world's most flaccid cheer. Maybe I could have put some more effort into it. The portal. He nodded heavily, as if his head was chained to a weight. You said that you built it to view a comet from the surface of the moon. A moon, actually. Scalcoro, to be specific. A moon. A moon? Indeed. We have 2 moons here on Vistella. Scalcoro and Furalgo. Scalcoro is our natural moon, and Furalgo is a tomb of a deity. A tomb of a deity? Wait. Is this a metaphor, or do you really mean? I meant that quite literally. Furalgo is the tomb containing the corpse of one of our major deities. So you're saying gods are real here? Indeed, but most of them haven't interacted with us in a long time. The only major deity that keeps up active communication right now is Cieli, Lord of Soleros. Wait, this means Earth's gods are potentially real too? Does that mean my parents? I hope that they're in a better place now. Soleros? It is a star of our solar system, and my namesake. Oh, Sol and Isol. That is actually quite interesting. I will keep that in mind. So basically, it's the equivalent of my last name being Nat. Mom said that it means sun in Vietnamese. Then, what about the body? Who did that belong to? We actually don't know for sure, but according to folklore, the Lord of Life, Faltheth, their body had a major impact on our history. It's a long tale to tell, but I can retrieve some books for you if you would like. How about a story time, since I don't think I can read? As much as I don't want to constantly bother him, me being unable to read is a problem, to say the least. And I think I'm going to save that here. I would like to thank you all so much for watching this 2-hour video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!